welcome, welcome. I'm going to get the comments up on the screen and we are going to, what is that? It's showing a whole bunch of comments on the screen, but ain't no comments come in yet. I just went live. All right, let me get my camera set up so that I am not covered by the, As a matter of fact, let me do some, get some stuff together. Let's see. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Oh my goodness, let me see who's the first one here. Marie Babes. Oh no, that's right. Hey Marie Babes. Look at what I found while I was going through old newspapers and magazines. I also found an old book by with all types of pictures of the Obama relationship and family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, everybody. Come on. I think I'm going to save that lazy. And you know what? I found a journal. Where is it? Here's the journal. Here is the journal. Okay. Welcome. Hey, Jessica. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Joanna. Long time no see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to just bring you all here today to welcome you to my channel on this wonderful Saturday morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in New York City. And there's some things going on, and I wanted to update you all on what's going on, as well as a comment that I got in that I read this morning. I think the comment must have come in last night. And so it's a comment about me being fake, right? I'll read the comment to you all. I'm going to give you all just a few moments to come in. I found, oh, what's this? A ticket fell out of the book. Oh, sponsored executive committee. Oh, wow. A ticket to some sort of bashment. Oh, bashment Granny. This was a Jamaican comedy troupe that came to Nevis to perform. But I found a journal from 2008. Look at this beautiful thing. I found a journal from 2008 when I first got onto YouTube. And I'm going to read like a passage that I saw yesterday when I found the journal. Not only that, I found my book from TKO Skin with my recipes in there for the product, because at one point I realized that it was easier to create the product using kilograms and the European metric system than it was to create it with this American system. Like the American system makes no sense, and we need to go over to the metric system. And I'm glad, because I did this. Not only that, I found bottles of Nature's Eraser, and it has been 10 years. And the vitamin E that I use is so pure and so natural. It's an antimicrobial, and it is a preservative, a natural preservative. And this stuff, I'm going to tell you what happened to my body after using this for just 1 week that has me contemplating life again and my choices moving forward. And I feel like I'm being divinely guided by my future self, by the ancestors, by some divine energy, because the moment I think it, it appears. Like I was like, yeah, I found this Nature's Eraser. I wonder, because I'm going to tell you all what happened to my body. And then I found the recipe book, and I'm like, And then I had to throw away all of this stuff for the business. And I've been like thinking, so nonetheless, we're going to get into all of it. So welcome in, Liz. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the fake comment. Oh, you know what? The text hasn't gone out, has it? Text notification squad, if the text has, let me see. The text hasn't gone out yet. Hold on. Yeah, the text hasn't gone out yet. So let us just chit chat for a little while until the text goes out, and then we'll jump into the topic of the video. And I appreciate you all for being here. The name of the product is called Nature's Eraser, and it was originally called Body Butter Beautiful. This is the product that I used to make when I had TKO skin, and it became my signature product. And I'm like, this product is so powerful, even 10 years later, that I'm like, yo, people need this. Like I'm going to tell you all what happened, and I'm going to show you all my belly, because you all know that I had a bunch of surgeries last year because I was unwell, and then I had complications, and then all of this stuff. So I had to have a bunch of procedures. So I have scars on my abdomen. And I'm going to tell you all what happened to my scars in just 1 week. Do you all hear the chirping back there? Because if you do, I can close the door, because it's like it's disturbing me. But if you can hear it, if you can't, then we'll just go from there. But yes, so okay, so the notification on the app has gone out, but the text notification hasn't gone out, and that's part of the reason that we're switching over to the app. We're going to go ahead and jump into the topic because we've been on for 7 minutes, but I need someone to let me know if you hear that chirp. If you do, I'll close the door. I don't know how well that's going to work, because since the house has had all of the furniture removed from it, sound travels quicker, easier, and like, you know what? I'm going to close the door anyway. The door is offline. It's not in alignment. All right. Okay, so I closed the door, so we'll see if that makes it any better. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the video, right? All right. So this is the comment right here. I don't know, can you all read the comment? Is it, or do I need to change the orientation of the camera so that the video is mirrored? I don't know. I don't know how to do that while I think the comments can you read this comment? If not, I'll read it to you. This came in 8 hours ago from a person named Nub in Sister, right? And it says, I have been watching her videos for a while, but there I have a nagging feeling of fakeness from her content. I apologize if this is not true, but she seems very dramatic and disingenuous, right? So that's the comment right there. Tonya, welcome. That Tumblr that you gifted me many years ago, I just found it, and it had been lost. It had fallen behind this appliance, and I've been looking and looking and looking for it, and I found it, and I thought about you this morning. So it's like, it's so wonderful to see you. So welcome, 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 welcome. All right. So there's a person by the name of Caressa Clark who responded back and said, dramatic, question mark, yes, but I've never sensed any fakeness from her. I know everyone's perception is different though. And I responded back this morning to the original commenter, and I said, I am just as quote unquote fake as you are. And I just left it at that. I just left it at that. If I could press my button, I'd have my applause going. All right. Okay. So this was on the video that I made the other day, where I was really in a very low space. Hold on. Let me close this and pull this open. This is the video that was made on. It was on this video where I wrote contemplating life. Oh, I keep my phone in black and white because I have on the same clothes. Listen, I'm dirty, y'all. I am. I shower. Well, I bathe at night, but I didn't bring clothes with me. I got trapped here during the snowstorm. Long story, long story. But nonetheless, so this is a video that that was on. And it was a video in which I was very emotional at a really low point, questioning life, confronting myself, confronting the past, dealing with things that I had not dealt with for a very long time. And you all see most of the room is cleared. Like this room had TKO skin stuff in it from the point that I'm sitting at right here all the way back. Like there was just enough space in here for a couch for me to lay on. Hold on. Someone's commenting. Let me see. Oh, hold on, hold on. Oh, every time I touch it. So OF says, personally, I think someone is fake. I just move on. I don't feel the need to let them know. That's just how I feel, but that's just me. And then also following somebody for years, there's that as well. So I wanted to ask you all a question because in that video, I intimated that I had been living a lie, right? I'm contemplating my life, thinking about how I had been living, traveling, doing all of these things, writing the book, going to hypnotherapy school, going to graduate school, creating videos, getting stuck here during the pandemic. I've been doing a lot of things, right? And I had not dealt with all of the things that had been piling up and that had been piled up in this room that I had not. Oh, someone is writing. Sasha says, hey, Tonya, I remember getting one of your self-love books years ago. Loved it. You're so smart, funny, and straightforward. You're inspiring. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. The inspiration that you see in me is a reflection of a part of you that is inspirational, that recognizes that in other people. That's part of the reason that I would comment back to that person that I'm just as quote unquote fake as they are, because we see in other people something that is related, like we have a relationship to that on the inside, and we recognize that out in the world because that's something that we're dealing with ourselves, right? I wanted to ask you all this question. What is the difference between a person saying that they had been living a lie or contemplating? What's the difference between living a lie and being fake, right? I'm trying to figure out the nuance in there because would I consider myself to be a fake person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would not consider myself to be a fake person. However, there were inconsistencies and incongruencies that existed behind the scenes, that existed in my denial. There had been things that I had not been dealing with that forward facing the person that I am projecting myself to be and that I know myself to be, because consciously I would not ever consider myself to be a good person. No, absolutely not. However, there are, and there probably still exist incongruencies that exist. What they are I have a blind spot to. I had a blind spot to all of these things that had not been getting taken care of behind the scenes. Now the text just went out. This is crazy. Imagine if I had waited until now. It's been 15 minutes since we've been on, right? So I have to ask you all this question. What's the difference between being fake and admitting to ourselves that there are parts of us that have been a lie, that we have been living in a sort of lie, right? What's the difference between being fake and admitting that there are parts of you that have not been consistent, right? Because I've been thinking about this since I read the comment, because number one, as some people are saying, right? Look, if you feel that there's a person that you're quote unquote following that you feel is fake, you have to make the choices and the decisions within yourself to figure out how you're going to do things differently for who it is that you choose to follow. Not only that, we are all human and all of us are fallible. All of us. The people who are Christians say perfection died on the cross with Jesus. Other than that, towards, we're all working towards, how do I put it? You know what? I can't say that we're all working towards being the best that we can be, because not all of us self-reflect. I think that it's healthy that I'm self-reflecting to see where my margins are, how much of where it is that I know of myself, how much of that is consistent, how much of that is congruous, how much of that is inconsistent or incongruous, how much. And if I never contemplate that, if you never contemplate that, then what does that say? So that's one. Two, when we think about affirmations and we think about manifestation, when we think about stepping into a newer version of ourselves, it demands a certain level of thinking and experiencing that which has not yet materialized, that which has not yet manifested. Is that fake? Is living in an existence where you imagine a different existence for yourself, is that fake? Are affirmations fake? If I say I am in full and complete total health, each and every day, more and more abundance flows my way. I am powerful beyond measure. Where's my affirmation book? I know I have one up here. Yep, as a matter of fact, look at this. Right here behind me. Here. This is my self-love workbook right here. And I can read out any number of the affirmations. This happened to be the page that opens up, right? And it says, I share my gifts with love and ease, right? Now this book, all of this stuff, everything was transmitted down to me from a greater source, because I could not have come up with all of this on my own. Look, I am a great person. People love me, right? Every step is the right step. Each step brings me closer. I trust the process, right? Oh, here we go. I am healthy, happy, and whole. If I make the statement, I am healthy, happy, and whole, and I say that over and over and over again, am I manifesting or am I being fake? Am I living in a truth that exists in the future, somewhere in the time-space continuum, that my future self is connected to, that the energy of energies, that divinity that travels up and down the timeline, which knows no past, present, and future, but that knows that every moment is the ever-happening moment of now? Am I being fake? Or am I living in a diviner sense of consciousness that the human part of me is not yet aware of, but yet I still call it forth into being? So when I operate in a sense where I'm like, you know what? I know that this mess and this clutter is my reality, but I'm going to put a foot in front of the other one anyway. The book closes out with this affirmation: keep moving. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And then there's a workbook page here for you to work out and write. Here, this is what the prompt says. I don't need to focus on the entire journey, just the next step. My next step is, and then you write it all out right here, right? So I don't know the answer, because on the one hand, I had all of this stuff from TKO Skin piled up here that I had not dealt with. Yet I went on the road to write this book. This is the book that came out of the journey from when I went on the road. When I lived in my car, I was living in my car because I saw what was behind me and I knew that there was something forward in the future. Listen, I have been going through a lot over the past few days, getting rid of all of these things that existed here. And then I lost a lot of my belongings when the Salvation Army was closed during the ice storm or the snowstorm. And all of my, like, the things that were taken to the dump were so valuable, so valuable. Like, the things that I gave away label printers. I gave away my big industrial mixer. I gave away mirrors, tables, stands. I gave away cameras, microphones, camera equipment, lighting. I gave away photography, professional photography lighting, lavaliers, microphones. I gave away so much. And they ended up in the dump. And I have had to come to grips with the fact that I gave away things that could have helped so many people, but it ended up in a landfill, things that I invested so much money in, right? And I've had to come to terms with all of that loss, right? And so when I first got here, because I got trapped up here during the storm, and that made it impossible for me to leave, and so I had to deal with these things. I found bottles of Nature's Eraser, and a lot of the product that I found, a lot of the shea butter was rancid. The oils were rancid. Like all of that stuff had to be thrown away. It could not be used. But this Nature's Eraser, I put the pure vitamin E in this, right? Joyce, I'll answer that in a second. Ask me again. I don't want to get off track. I put the pure vitamin E in this. I put the alpha tocopherol and the alpha tocotrienol in here, which is a natural antimicrobial, a natural preservative, and it preserved this thing for 10 years. Because I was trapped here without my normal, well, the beauty products that I had been using, like I use regular shea butter now. It's not the same. Like this formula, and then my divine self led me to my recipe book, right? It led me to my recipe book where I had, because this is the book that I had during my TKO. Look, it says knockout on there. Isn't that cute? And I found the recipe book because I needed to be able to convert the recipes into kilograms rather than the American system that I was using, right? Let me tell you something, which I was not expecting. I started using this nature's eraser when I first got here. Let me tell you something. Yo, it has been a week. Like, let me show you my belly. Let me show you my belly. Can you see my belly from here? I want you to see now how it looks, right? Because this scar keloided, these let me pick this up so you can see better, right? Okay, this scar keloided and it was very, very dark. This one, this is where they put those things inside of me. This one right here, here, right? This is where they cut my belly button, put the camera in through, right? So I want you to see how my scars look right now. There's one that's lower where they cut me side to side, but I can't really show that because because listen, let me tell you something. Because I had to take a picture this morning because I was like, what the F? After 1 week, like the scars started healing. I'm like, this motherfucker is 10 years old. This thing been up here for 10 years. How the hell is this so powerful? I was like, wait a damn minute, not after just 1 week. I listen, what? And my skin, like you all see how supple and soft my skin looks? Like, I'm like, what is going on? What did I have in my hands as in TKO skin that I understand now why people love this product so much because I'm like, hey Tawana, because I'm like, yo, this product is powerful and it is healing. I'm going to show you all the scar on my back. Can you see? This is where they put the tube in for my kidney. I just wanted to show you all this scar on my back now. Because, I mean, look how supple the skin is. Look how supple. And the stretch marks that I healed years ago never came back. You see that? So nonetheless, I'm like, yo, I'm like, all of this is happening for a reason. I feel like I'm being divinely guided. And I'm like, should I buy me a big piece of farmland? Should I buy me a big piece of farmland where I can create a structure or buy like one of those barns and turn it into, this is the product I made. It's called Nature's Eraser, but it's not available on the shelves because it's handmade product. I'm like, should I buy a big piece of land that I can farm on one part of the land, have me what do you call that? A structure where I do production and then do it in such a way that I can hire people to work in there while I go to graduate school, right? I'm like, should I do that? Is this what this is calling me to do? Realizing that is that why I found these nature's erasers, right? I'm like, what? I just because this is what happened to me the very first time because I had had all of these stretch marks, right? And I was just using a moisturizer. That's what I was doing. I was just moisturizing my skin. And then one day I was like, wait a minute, where did my stretch marks go? Because I was just moisturizing while I was here. I'm just moisturizing. And then I looked at my scar in the mirror this morning and said, wait a damn minute. This thing was darker a week ago. I said, I need to take a picture of this mother effer right now. I said, what's going on here? So that's why I just started taking pictures of my belly now because I'm like, because when I created the first product, right, the Body Butter Beautiful, when I created that product, I was just using it as a moisturizer. And then I noticed that my stretch marks were gone, and people were like, "Oh, do you have a before picture?" And I'm like, "I don't," because I didn't even know that this is what this thing was gonna do, right? And so now I'm like, um, Am I being called back into this business? And am I being called back into it in such a way that I can still have my life, still do my retreats, still go to school, and manage the business? Is it calling me back? Because I'm like, if this product is this powerful, people need this in their hands. I have only been here for a week, y'all. You know what? Listen, I want you all to look at that video that I did, the video that went viral, right? I want you all to look at the video. Let me pull it up for you all. This video right here. This one. Hold on. Hold on. Elle, you writing me while I'm on the broadcast. I'm thinking that this is broadcast related. Elle over here trying to get a bottle for herself. You believe this is happening? I'm getting hit up while I'm on the broadcast. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. Listen, I'm trying to get the video up. This is the video. Hold on. This video. Remember this one? This one. I want you all to go look at my scar in this video, because this is what I put up without putting any product on. I want you all to look at the scar that's on my belly and compare it to what it is that you see today. This is the video, because my scar is showing in the video, right? I want you all to go look at that, because I'm like, no, don't apologize, Elle. I feel you. I feel you. But nonetheless, so this was the video. And so I'm like, OMG, like, I had something very, very powerful in my hands that was helping a lot of people, but the business was not set up in such a way that I could hand it off, right? Because, no, go look at the video. Don't take my word for it. Go look at the video and look at the scar on my belly there compared to here. Maybe I'm just bugging. Maybe it has not reduced, but I know what it is that I saw in the mirror when I first got here, because I, I've been showering or taking a bath in front of the mirror because there's stuff going on, blah, 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 right? And I was just looking at it and I was like, oh, like when I first got here, I was like, oh. And then like this morning when I got up, I was like, wait a damn minute. The video's on YouTube, Instagram, it's everywhere. This is on YouTube. It's called, last year I set out to do 3 pull-ups. It actually went viral on YouTube. So look it up there. Look at it. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on all platforms except the platforms that I've left. Like I left TikTok because they were bought by a person whose politics I just can't get down with. And then anyway, so yeah. So Joyce is saying, I zoomed into your videos. I see the changes. Exactly. And I'm like, how did it do? And then not only that, I have been suffering from chronic dry skin because the place on campus, the room is really, really dry. Like they have heaters that heat the room, but they don't provide moisture. Like they have radiators there because it's New York and it's an old building. And so it's so dry there. So my hands were so chafed and chipped and all of that. And my skin, like if I showed you my heels, right? Like if I like, this is the way my heel looks after just 1 week. But if I showed you what it looked like before, like I have pictures because my skin was flaking to the point that I thought it was going to burst and bleed because I'm peeling off the flakes because they're scratching my sheath. After 1 week, my heels started healing. My fingers were so chafed up and messed up that my thumbprint was not working on my to open my phone. This morning it worked. And I was like, and my hands are smoother because like before they would like scrape my clothes and it was terrible. And I'm like, oh, I need to create this product again. How do I do it? Where would I do it? Is this what I'm being called to do? Am I being divinely guided? Et cetera, et cetera. Nonetheless, let's jump into the journal. I found this journal from 2008. I want to read this to you all. This is when I first started YouTube. Um, let's see. So this is, well, I started YouTube in November 2007, so it's been almost 20 years. Listen, 20 years changes a person from 20 to 40. Can you believe that we have grown up together online? Like I've been online half my life. And I'm like, how? This is crazy. So like those of you who remember this room, we grew up together, y'all. We grew up together. So this is for this is 4/11/2008, no, 4/16/2008, right? And I say, dear journal, this is dear journal, I feel so disorganized and so behind schedule and so unproductive. School is whack, a lot harder than I thought to stay organized and on top of the syllabus. So much to do and I can't keep up. Plus, I have an unhealthy obsession with YouTube. All I want to do is YouTube all day, every day. Everything else is getting neglected. My health, my wealth, family, friends, everything takes a back burner, and it is such a time waster. I've been in a funny mood today, real crabby. Maybe it's my chronic lack of sleep, I don't know, but I've been snapping left and right. Only person I don't snap on is some guy I liked at the time. I can't fit one in. Dude is always busy and snapping on me. Yeah, I'm falling asleep, please. Or maybe I'm just sleepy, but I'm unhappy too and feel miserable about the lack of progress. I feel too sedentary. Usually I'm upbeat and optimistic, but today I'm doubting myself and feeling overwhelmed. Oh gosh. And then I'm talking about the guy I'm dating. He makes me so angry at times. He's so out of control. This guy I was dating, he had bipolar, and I will never do that again. With a person who is not meticulous about taking their medication, I won't do that again. Yeah, I will not do that again, not unless this person is on top of their meds and is going to continue taking their meds even when they feel well. Because what happens is people start feeling good and then they're like, I don't really need these meds. And then the next thing you know, they're off their meds and things just start. Oh, goodness. June 11th, 2008. Dear Journal, haven't written in a while. First of all, F the guy I was talking to. F him. We don't even speak. It's been about 2 weeks. This is the 20-year old. This is foolishness. This is how F him. I came back from seeing him and the N-word done lost his damn mind. Oh, took me out where he was oh, wow. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listen, this guy, oh, I'm bugging out. Oh, hell no. I wish I could talk to my younger self. I'll read this to you all because I'm just going to keep it real with you all. I was dealing with some foolishness, right? Um, This was a guy I was in a long distance relationship with, and I said, this N-word done lost his damn mind. Took me out when he was all hugged up with some half-white Latina chick. Never took me out, left me home while he was with other women, left me hanging on the orgasms, F him. Then Nig told me he photographed some of our private webcam sessions. He never loved me. I was a fool. What the hell was I dealing with? You know what? I don't remember him being hugged up with this girl, but I remember that I remember we went out and it was ice cold where he was, right? It was ice cold, and we were at the club, and this girl called him, and she called him so he could come outside to escort her in because she said it was too cold and slippery out there. And I told him, listen, if you go out there if you leave me in this place and go out there to walk another woman in, there's nothing left else that we have to talk about, right? And he didn't go out there, and he was angry about that, right? And one thing that I will say about myself that I'm proud of is that after this, we didn't date anymore. I was done with him. I me I'm not the type, like, so I'll tell you a little bit more about this foolishness. I'm not the type to continue to be attracted to a man once he's been like with another woman. Now, him and this girl they were not sexual, right? But this girl, she was a white presenting Latina. And because I'm a Negroid Black woman, she felt that there was no way in hell that he would prefer me over her. And she knew, because this guy was half white himself, right? And she was so feeling herself like this was a big learning lesson for me, because this girl, right, like she was because like I'm young at the time. She was even younger. Like she must have been like a teenager or something at the time, because like I was like older than her, and so she was like, "Oh, you're older. You're darker. You're Negroid." So of course, but she didn't say this, but I felt like this was her mindset, and I had to pull her aside, and I had to be like, "Yo, young lady, like what is it that you're doing? What is it that you think you're doing?" Right? And I remember when I left this situation, I was like, yo, she can have him. I'm like, because I'm like, I'm not gonna compete with you. I'm like, yo, you can have it. Like, if you could take something that I got, then it ain't mine. So I'm like, yo, take the nigga, he's yours, right? And the crazy part about it is after I left, she didn't want the motherfucker. Because I'm like, bitch, if like, this is don't let me come in between y'all motherfucking, you don't have to be, I'm like, you all don't have to have all of this unrequited feelings for one another. I'm like, if you two want one another, let me exit so that you two can have one another. I left the scene. And then the motherfuckers never got together. And I'm like, I, I thought you all had this deep burning, whatever it is that y'all had for one. I thought you all were burning for each other. And then after I left the situation, because he and we ended up speaking like years later, and I found his page. Um, I found his page actually not long ago, and he kept having these mental break-ins and breakouts and breakdowns because he was never consistent with his medication. He always on this what do you call this bipolar. He was always crashing out, like while he kept doing that, oscillating. He ended up getting married, and the life that he has now, child, I don't want that shit. He lives in another country now with a woman who, like, I'm not gonna say too much more because, listen, if you all go far enough back, he lives in another country with a woman who had lived in another country. She's not from the country that they both live in. And because, like, he was one of those people who had, like, an affinity for this type of culture. And then he ended up living in the country with that culture. and they live there. And from what it is that I'm seeing in the videos and the way that he's looking, I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't get stuck with this, because I'm like, I don't want that. Oh, so Joyce is writing something. Joyce says it's the black men's fault. They always hype them up. Yeah, I feel you. Listen, exclusive. I definitely dodged the bullet on that one, and I'm very proud of myself that I never went back to the guy, and I was like, yo, take the nigga if you want him that goddamn bad. Take the motherfucker, and then like many years ago, I think it had been like a year or 2 years, he and I spoke again, and I was like, whatever happened with that young lady? Are you all together? They never even dated. Like, she was one of those pick me type hoes from back in the days who used to play video games with men, and she used to just be twirling her hair around and just playing the damsel in distress and all this other stuff. And so, yeah, so I found an old journal of the stuff that I would um, be dealing with back then. Um, October, oh wow. Okay, August 6th, 2008. My birthday night was magical. We had such an amazing night. We went to my favorite restaurant. I expected 7 to 10, and 17 people showed up. We ate, drank, laughed, and played board games. It was so much fun. It was amazing. We had red velvet cake, balloons. I was dressed pretty. My sister was there, and we shut the restaurant down. I'm supposed to have I'm supposed to have I'm using the word two for the word, I'm using the number two. So I'm thinking I'm having two parties, but I'm just using it, young people. Anyway, I'm supposed to have a big public party, and I'm having a hard time with the venue. Keep keep seeming like it wasn't meant to be. Oh, wow. And then the next time I write is in October. Dear Journal, it's been so long since I've written, and I have so much on my chest and on my mind. Oh, my goodness. I'm so unhappy. Lord knows I'm unhappy, but God, I don't know why my life feels so empty and pointless. Nothing I do makes me happy. So therefore, I do nothing. And then I get even more unhappy. I hate this other guy who was a friend of mine. I hate seeing his face. I hate his hair, his howdy doody face, beard, his sickly pale skin, and malnourished body. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I hate living in Harlem. I hate living among filth. Sorry, I keep daydreaming. I wonder if the problem isn't what's around me, but what's inside me. Perhaps I'm unhappy with myself, but then I can't figure out why. What am I doing wrong? What don't I like? What would I change? Let me think about it. And then I write down, number one, I would like to lose weight. Number two, I would like to make more money. Oh, yes, way back in the days, I used to have money problems. Like, I used to be so unabundant. Like, I used to have pains in my stomach, not knowing how I would pay my bills. I remember I used to be on the phone with people like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I don't know where the money is going to come from. I'm like, and I used to calculate, I have this much money for this much living. And after this amount of time, and it was probably like, I probably had like 5 weeks worth of money. Like in my 20s, like I was always just like struggling financially. Like I couldn't figure it out. And then, and you know what? And it persisted, like that poverty mindset persisted, even in TKO skin, it persisted. You know when that poverty mindset left me? I got chills. I got chills. Oh, I still have chills. Oh, Oh, it's going through my whole body. Oh my goodness, I got goosebumps, y'all. Oh, it's shivering through me. Go back and look at the displacement for the dream diaries. I still had a poverty mindset when I was living in my car. There was one point where everything changed. This book right here, this book changed my life. This book changed my life. I went to school to become a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And when I was living in my car, when I was at my lowest, when nothing was going right, everything was going through me like a sieve. You know how you pour water through a sieve? Like you know how you that colander where you pour your noodles and you pour it out and the water goes through the bottom and the noodles like it was falling through. Nothing stuck. And then I started doing the affirmations in this book. And I swear, things changed so much and so fast that I didn't even remember that I had financial issues until I read this thing right here. This book changed my life, shifted my whole internal continence, my energy, everything. The affirmations that I did that created this book. Like, I used to, let me tell you something. I used to lay in my car at night and I used to park outside expensive houses and I used to go to sleep saying these affirmations in my mind. I used to go to sleep thinking because I was so low, right? I was so low and I thought I was going to get swallowed. Everything was falling down. I couldn't pay my bills. American Express dropped me. My credit card companies got wind of it and all of them dropped me. My car payments had faltered and they were gonna come from my car, but the car was pulling my trailer. I couldn't even go grocery shopping because there was an order for repossession. And so I would like pull my trailer up to the grocery store and I would run in because they had already towed my car and trailer once. But then they put in the order for repossession. And I'm like, they're not gonna unhook the trailer. So then I'll have nowhere to live. I won't be able to move my trailer. And things just kept getting worse. I used to lay outside in these rich neighborhoods and I would say these affirmations to myself. Each and every day, more and more abundance flows my way. I am still writing my story. Let me tell you, let me find that page right there. Because these affirmations were not birthed out of me believing these things. These affirmations were birthed when I was at my lowest and I did not believe. And I said these affirmations anyway. These didn't come from a place of abundance. This didn't come from a place of having it in front of me. So when I ask you all what is fake, let me find that. I am still writing my story here, right here. I am still, look at the picture. This is the picture. I am still writing my story. This book changed my wiring. This book changed my spirit. It changed my energy, and everything started to change. I forgot that I used to be broke and struggling. I forgot about that. I forgot about how unhappy I was. Oh my gosh, let me try to find that page. That was like October, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. Where was that? That was because I forgot. Let me tell you, I forgot. So here. Okay. I would like, so number two, I would like to make more money. Number three, I would like to go out more. Number four, I would like to read more. Number five, I would like to talk to my sister more without feeling guilty and disgusted. Number six, I would like to be more organized. Number seven, I want to work out more. Number eight, I would like clear, visible direction. Yeah, yeah. That's where I was in 2008, y'all. Oh, look at this. October 24th, 2008. I just had to stop and take a break. I got bill collectors calling me now, trying to get $3,000 from where? I asked where, doggone it. Shit is hard. Hard, I tell you. I'm trying and trying hard each and every day, trying to find the secret to success. But it seems like the secret is hidden and the code locked. I feel so up and down. I'm glad I have a journal to write in. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my God. Oh my God. When I tell you that I feel like I'm being divinely guided, I came across these pages for a reason. And I need to journal more right now because I feel like when our mind is rewired, we don't remember these times. And I did not remember that there was a time where $3,000 felt like I used to laugh at these bill collectors on the phone. I'm like, I'm like, where you gonna get this money from? I'm like, I want the money too. I'm like, where you gonna get it from? Right? Because I used to laugh. Could they be calling me for the money? I'm like, if you can find it, tell me. I remember when $3,000, I was like, it might as well be $300,000. Where you gonna get it from? Like $3,000 was so out of reach that it might as well have been $750,000. It was like, where was it gonna come from? It was so out of my grasp, right? Wow. So, and then I was a damn dummy. Listen to this foolishness. November 23rd, 2008. Dear Journal, I'm in San Francisco and I'm reeling. I had such an interesting 2 days. I wonder if I lost my love of travel. I'm out here and don't have natural curiosity that I had before. And I'm like, as young as I am, but I lost my, and I said, I'm at this dude's crib. He is acting cranky. I can't even finish writing. So when I went out there, like all of us, I went out there for the YouTube thing. Like I was at like Stream Fest or whatever, YouTube Con, whatever it was, right? And I'm gonna tell you all, and I'm like, and so this person who was out there, like we were all like a group of friends or whoever, and this guy was like, "Oh, you don't have a hotel for the night? You could stay on my floor, blah 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 blah." When I went there, this dude started acting like a fucking fool. Like, I don't even think I got sleep that night. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. And I look, you can't do shit like that nowadays. You couldn't do shit like that 20 years ago. You can't, definitely can't do shit like that now. Like, it's crazy out here. November 24th, I feel like I need an attitude adjustment. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I need constant uplifting experiences or I slip into a negative funk. This makes me feel like I am not happy, but I don't know what's missing, but something is. First, let me tell you, I have crossed over into the realm of interracial possibilities. I was attracted to a white guy over the weekend. Crazy, huh? Well, you know, I've been disgusted by men lately. Well, ever since that last guy I was dating, I've been turned off and even repulsed by all men, or so I thought. It seems then that I was disgusted by just Black men. Oh, I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. And I said, I give the guy's name. I'm like, this is the white guy's name. He is such a cutie. Cupid must have hit us with an arrow because it was instant attraction. We were practically all over each other. Well, not exactly. I was very intrigued by him, and he seemed interested in me. First night we met, we talked. Wait, an airplane is taking off. Okay, we're in the air, San Francisco heading to New York. Oh, I didn't finish the story. Hold on, hold on. The night we met, okay, I'm finishing it. The night we met, we had a lot to talk about. He even invited me to spend the night with him. He works at YouTube, so naturally I said no. I was supposed to go back to the hostel, but I spent the quote unquote night with a person. So the person that I spent the night with was from this film company, and I give his name. We were out with a bunch of people from YouTube eating and having a good time. I get in San Francisco a day earlier, and I'm glad I did. I got a lot of great interviews and contacts. It was amazing. I met What the Buck, Tayson Day. Hold on, let me go in order. I met What the Buck, Lisa Nova, Sexy Phil, Dave Days, Pop Tub, Niga Higa, Rhett and Link, Happy Slip, Kesey, Alpha Cat, Lisa LeVie, Tayson Day, Cheska Lee, Dax Flame, the Badonsky, the Diamond Family, Hot for Words, Olga K, The Tail's End. I said Pop Tub already, but I put it again. Clip Critics, and many more. I can't recall all at the moment. Oh wait, I met Naltz, Angry Aussie, Kelsey or Katie Talks, Mr. Safety, which is SRP Films, Mr. Bitches, Will Sled, Kev Jumba. Do you all remember all of these old names from 2008? Wow. And then I said, needless to say, I met a lot of people. And then Cheska Lee went on to become famous. Cheska Lee is the one who sings that song with the ukulele. Oh, I never thought the lepers would eat my face. Oh, I never thought the lepers would eat my face. So she went on to become famous. What the Buck stopped making videos. Lisa Nova disappeared. Sexy Phil became more famous. Dave Days disappeared. Tayson Day is still making videos, but he's the one who did Chocolate Rain, but he never gained his early fame back. Hot for Words, she just got burnt out because she was always like, she was like this Russian chick who used to have her boobs popped up, and she used to do like vocabulary. Olga K, the Taze and Happy Slip, Niga Higa, all of these people, Alpha Cat, he went on to become super famous by doing Obama impressions. Kev Jumba had a major car accident. What? What? And Rhett and Link went on to be super famous as well. Lisa LeVie, I don't know what happened to her. The Diamond Family, I don't even remember. Dax Fame, Clip Critics, Pop Tub, like these people just fell off. Mr. Nolts, I don't know what happened to him. Mr. Bitches, I don't remember. The very first guy who gave me my start on YouTube, he died. Like he got cancer and died. It was really, I cried when I found that out. Angry Aussie, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to most of these people. Like they probably don't know what happened to me, but I'm still here. The algorithm is just kind of whack. But anyway, needless to say, I met a lot of people, many great contacts. There were some people that recognized me. It was cool. Um, Prophets made a video about how he and I became quote unquote good friends. Ha 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 ha. We barely speak. It makes you wonder what quote unquote fame is. There were so many there that are famous on YouTube, but the average person doesn't know who they are. It's weird. I'm famous to the people who know me, but nobody to the ones who don't. And what's the difference between a quote unquote ordinary person and a quote unquote star? Just the amount of people who recognize them. One more thing, I have got to lose some weight. I'm so unhappy at my present size. Part of me feels that I looked better, dressed better, felt better, that I would be quote unquote better. Food is about to me, be right back. Midway in flight, I'm back, just went over the bulk of my footage from YouTube Live, and I have some really great interviews. I have learned so much. One, getting a shout out seems contrived in person, but looks good in a post. Two, don't be afraid to film. They love it. They're bloggers, after all. Three, get a Unipod with a wheel. Four, be candid and raw. If I think of more, I'll write. But for now, let me say I really, really, really have to lose some weight. I look like a mammoth on camera. Oh my God. Remind me to tell you about Bakari. I don't even know who that is now. Jack, flight attendant, first class. What the hell? I can't believe, and the crazy part about it is I was not big like that. Like, if you look at my old YouTube videos, I was slim thicky. Like, where was my mind at? Where was my mind? But wow, I can't believe, wow, I have to catch up on the person. Kev Jumba had a car accident. Wow, I didn't even know that. This is the thing. It's like life be lifing for us all. Wow. This was so amazing. I'm glad that we had this talk. This did a lot for me to remind myself of where I came from and remind me to journal now, because I never know when my future self might bring me across a journal to kind of look back and see where I came from and what I was dealing with then. Listen, y'all, I got to get back into fixing up this room. I need to spend some time in silence thinking. I'm going to ask you all for your self-love lessons soon, so please be sure to give me the self-love lessons. Wow, just wow. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss because I've been so many different people over the years. So let's get back to the original question of fake. I have constantly changed who it is that I am. I changed from my 20s, I changed from my 30s, and now I'm entering into a new era. I just had a milestone birthday last year, and I'm entering into a new era where now I'm trying to put together the pieces of who I choose to be. Who am I going to choose to be next? Were my past versions of myself fake? Was I fake if I imagined a different future and acted that in the moment? Was I fake for having all of this stuff that I did not or felt that I could not deal with and continue to put one foot in front of the other, even though I had an albatross dragging me backwards? Was I being fake by going forward? Was I? I'm curious. I'm so curious because I don't feel that I was being fake. I feel that I was doing the very best that I could to become who it is that I felt existed in the future. And I don't know why I didn't deal with all of these things. This is definitely a learning lesson for me, right? This is definitely a learning lesson for me about taking the time to deal with reality. Because this was my reality. My reality was that this room was filled with stuff that had not been addressed. But I didn't feel like I had the capacity to address it. But it still needed to be addressed. Wow. I found a scrapbook, y'all, from like my college days. Look at the type of stuff that was, oh wait, this is before college. This is like high school. Look at this. Y'all remember when Al Gore lost the presidency to Bush because of a count error, and then he conceded. So like I have this old scrapbook with stuff that, wow. I met this girl. I used to work with her. Like this is like a vodka ad, and this is a real person. Today they would just use AI. And she was young, but she had them big old pumped up titties. And I have a whole bunch of like things in here. Do you all remember when Al Gore lost and he just gave it up? I have like old newspaper stuff. You want to know one of the things that I don't know what's significant about this newspaper and why it's in here. But I have a whole bunch of old things that used to, you know what? Shout out to millennials. Oh, wow. There's photos in here. Hold on. Oh, no, these are postcards. Oh, I thought I was going to find a photo in here. I found some pretty amazing photos of myself from back in the days, but there's none in here. You know what? Shout out to millennials because millennials are the last generation of people who used to get birthday cards in the mail. I found so many birthday cards, so many Christmas cards, so many real pictures. Like, I don't know why I have all this stuff in here. Like, this stuff doesn't mean anything to me now. Like, what is this? It's like an old map of Atlanta. Or where is this? Las Vegas. Why do I have a Las Vegas map in here? This is so weird. Like, none of this is. Oh, look, I do have an old picture. This is a picture of me and one of my close friends. We took a picture at the airport before one of us took off. This was when you could go with a person to the gate, and now she's dead. She had a heart attack. She lived a stressful life, and her husband stayed single for like a year or so, and then his ass got remarried. I was like, what the fuck? Right? Ladies, look, don't put too much stock in some of these dudes out here because I don't know about them. Let me show you all an old photo that I found of myself. I look so much like my mother in this picture. Look at this photo. Look at me. Ain't I so cute? Look at me. Oh, I don't know how old I was in this photo, but I look so pretty. Look at the thin early 2000s eyebrows. Goodness, goodness. Wow. Y'all, we've gone through so much in this video, so many ups, downs, and turnarounds. I feel like we really did this video justice. I do kind of look like Anita Baker. I look like some famous person. This was just so beautiful to go back through. Oh, you all want to see a picture of me from when I was a teen? Let me tell you, I look so pure and beautiful. Let me see if I can find this photo. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Because I sent it to somebody who took the photo. This guy. I want you all to see me as a teenager. I just want you to see how beautiful, fresh, and pure I look. Like, I look so natural and wonderful. Look at this. Look at me. Can you see that? Look at me. It's like the light from the thing is like, I want to speak. Oh, let me see if I put it this way. Can you see that? I was so young, and a guy who was 10 years older than me was called himself dating me. Yo, like these men out here, and then he wondered why I couldn't love him. I think I was a child, right? Oh, oh, hold on, I forgot to check the Cash App. Let me check the Cash App. But look, I mean, right, right. Look, these little innocent eyes. Look at my face. Look at me. I just am. I'm dumbstruck. Look, just beauty, just lovely, perfect in every way, and not realizing how perfect I am or was, right? I find it interesting that I've come full circle back with, like, I've become natural again. I had my hair out yesterday, but I didn't get to do a video. But yeah, just perfection. And just also at the same time feeling so lost. My mother had died, and I was just like, someone says I look the same, but with naive eyes. Yeah, right, like that look on my face. This is the look of a young lady who lost her mother and was really just trying to find her way in this life, right? Oh, I am. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. Like, I mean, look at your girl. I know. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm a good looking woman. Yes, I am. I'm a good looking woman. My face is perfection. My skin is flawless. That's why I'm thinking we need to come back with nature's eraser, but I'll probably call it body butter beautiful again because the way that it makes your skin feel. That's the crazy part. I do look very much the same, but the energy is different. Like how people like this, like there's this quietness to me. Like, oh, like the energy is different. Like I oh, let me check the Cash App. My God, my bad, my bad. Yeah, like the energy is different, right? I'm a different person now. And so fake? No, no. I wouldn't consider myself fake, but it's not for me to consider. You know, it's for other people, because you can never really tell whether a person is fake or not, but is what they are doing, saying, being, showing, is that helping you in some sort of way to live in your authenticity? Because our journey is never about somebody else. It's not about me at the end of the day. I could be fake. I don't even know. I don't know. Because there could be things that I'm currently living that are a lie. Let me tell you, I've been here for a week. I haven't been able to go to class all week for dealing with this stuff. I was living a lie this week, like I'm not a student who has other responsibilities, right? Like I started my skincare early. And thank God I did, because it has taken me now into this stage of my life where I'm talking to people who are the same age and they're telling me, well, wait till you get to my age. And I'm like, oh, wait till I. That's how I do it. I'm like, blink, 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 blink. I'm like, okay, I'll wait till I get to your age. And I'm thinking to myself, how old does this person think I am? Oh, well, I'll wait then, dear. I'll wait. What can I say? What can I say? And that's how I do it. I don't say nothing. I just say, all right, I'll wait. All right, let me check my cash apps. All right, Dorothy sends $5. Thank you, Dorothy. Let me send you some hearts back. And she says it has a little emoji there, but I can't see what the emoji is. It's so small on this thing. All right, and Erica sends $5, and she says, oh, she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say what it's, oh, for self-love lesson 22826. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of which, we need to do our self-love lessons before we get out of here. Let me send you some hearts. All right. All right. Listen, this video has had some tremendous ups and downs for us all, right? It had ups and downs for me. It was a tremendous reminder because I've been abundant for so long now. Like since the displacement, I don't even think about like my poverty mindset. Like I have other things that I need to work on. Like I really need to step into my not financial abundance, but I need to step into my success in terms of career wise. Like there's things that I want to do that I have not been able to do, that I haven't been able to realize just yet. Like I want to do yearly retreats. I would actually like to do workshops, seminars, biannual retreats. I'd like to do a retreat in the summer and a retreat in the winter. I'd like to do retreats twice a year and then workshops and seminars throughout. I may even want to bring back some of these skincare products. I want to be a farmer or a gardener where I grow things, and I want to invite people to my property to teach them how to live off the land, how to be more off the grid. I want to bring children in and show them the connection between planting and eating. Like, I want to figure out what the next part of the journey is for me. And that's what I'm stepping into now. As I'm entering into a new life phase, that's what I'm concentrating on now. I'm going to be graduating in May. And what am I going to do after that? Am I going for my doctorate? Most likely, because I want the credibility of the doctorate for what it is that I'm going to be doing. So I want that, right? And yeah, yeah. So in conclusion, fake, I don't think so. But at the end of the day, it doesn't I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter, because I don't want you all to get caught up in disingenuous people. Disingenuous, never. Fake, what does that mean, right? Fake about what? is manifesting, quote unquote, fake. Because I would say where that I am, I stay in the gap between reality and a manifested future. Is that fakeness in that gap? Disingenuous? No, not ever, right? But I will say this, right? We can never prove what someone is really truly living on the other side of the camera. Like you really don't know, because the camera has, like this right here, like you all see just a still shot. This is me frozen in time, in memory, just a still shot. But what happened before I laid down with my 2000s eyebrows? These eyebrows. I was thinking that I'm gonna zoom in. My God, this is a photograph. I'm like, oh, let me zoom in on the eyebrows for you. And I'm like, oh, that can't happen. But yeah, look at those 2000s eyebrows, y'all. Oh my goodness. What I'll say is we can't tell what is happening on the other side of someone's camera. But what we do know is that certain things may come into our lives brought to us by our higher self, by the ancestors, by something that we're calling forth. And there may be something for you in that message to help you. And at the end of the day, your relationship to it is what matters. Like, I'm sure by the time I get to the next phase of my life, I'll be different. I've seen some gray hairs. I saw a gray hair pop up on the side. So I'm like, oh, the silvers are coming. The silvers are coming. And so over the next 10 years, you all will see me change. My hair is going to become a lot more silver. And I'm going to shift and change as a human being. Who I will become, I don't know. I don't know what that next version or iteration of Tonya will be, but my journey is my own. I spoke with my therapist yesterday, and I was able to find some healing in our conversation. But at the end of the day, my healing is mine, and your healing is yours. And if there's something from my life, my journey, the way I'm navigating that can help you, right? Take that for what it is. Take that for what it brings to you. But waste not your time in trying to figure out who I am. Invest your time in figuring out yourself, because I'm investing my time in figuring myself out, right? So that's what I'll end the video on. Is Tonya TKO fake? For what it is that I do, does it matter? I'm going to be really serious about that. Does it matter? And fake about what? Like, so we have Derek Jackson level of fake, where he's talking to you about how you need to be treated as a woman. Meanwhile, he's abusing his wife sexually, emotionally, psychologically, abusing the covenant of their marriage. That's one level of fake, right? So does it matter? Did it matter if Derek Jackson was telling you stuff that he felt could help your life while living a lie? Was he doing it for money? There's that level of fake. And then there is what it is that I was experiencing, where I had a lot of unaddressed baggage that had not been dealt with. But did I have a channel talking to you about how to be neater? I didn't have a channel telling you all about how to organize, because I wasn't qualified to talk to you about organization. I wasn't. Did I have a channel talking to you about ways that you could love yourself more. Do I love myself? Yes, I love myself very much. And I feel that that is demonstrated in how I show up, in what it is that I do and how I navigate. So do I love myself? Yes. So Capricorn is saying Derek Jackson was a grifter. Okay. Do I grift? No, I don't do what it is that I do to exploit lies for money. I don't do that at all. I don't say things that I don't believe. Like the things that I say, in the moment that I say them, I believe them with 100% of my conviction. And I also allow room that if I get more information that I can grow and change for the future. Is that fake? No, not to me. To me, that's growth, right? To me, that is allowing myself to be human. Do I talk to you all about self-love lessons to look for in relationships? Absolutely. And when I look back over who it is that I have been over my YouTube career, when a man has acted the fucking fool, I didn't keep the nigga next to me. I didn't keep him in the background laying up, cheating on me or beating on me. I never kept that near me. So have I lived disingenuously with the things that I have spoken to you all about? No, absolutely motherfucking not. Have I been saying I'm in school while I'm really living a fucking lie out there on the park bench, and speaking hotep dreams while I'm living the no-tep lie in the life? Oh no, 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 never that, never that. Everything that I have ever done on this channel. What else do I talk to you all about on this channel? We've talked about politics lately. Do I express a point of view that is different than the ideals that I hold true? No, absolutely not. I speak about what I feel and know to be real. So fake? No. Disingenuous? Not here. So my conclusion on all of this is Tonya TKO fake? You will see me in about as fakeness as you see yourself. That's all I can say on that, right? That's all I can say because there's going to be a certain level of projection that we project out onto other people. We see the world not as it is, but as we are, right? And if there is any small thing that I can do or have done that has helped you along the way, then I say that to me, that right there, that's what matters right there. Right there, that's what matters. That's what matters. Anything else that can't be proven, like I'm telling you that the stuff that I have taught and preached about has been true, but is there any way for you all to prove that? There really isn't, and those would be things that I would need to deal with because if I'm speaking a lie to the camera and living a lie behind the scenes, these are things I have to contend with within myself. My healing journey has given me a tremendous amount of compassion for people because I know how hard it is to heal. So what I'll say to you is have compassion for me. Have compassion for yourself. You'll extend to me the level of compassion that you'll extend to yourself. If you're going to criticize and be hard on me for being human, how do you treat yourself behind the scenes? Go ahead and thumbs up the video. Make sure you like the video, right? Make sure that you subscribe so that you can find the channel again, right? Look, I have a lot to contemplate. Authentic, I am so Jazzy is saying authentic, and I'll say that she's saying you're so authentic. I am as authentic as I know how to be. That's all I can say because I am sure that there are incongruencies even now. Metro says, I'm trying to love myself. And you're the type of person that I want to work with, Metro, because I want to dedicate a portion of my business into helping people love themselves more. However, it's going to take a joint effort because you are going to need a therapist to work with you individually while I work with you in community, where we do our retreats, our seminars, our workshops, and we do the work peripherally, but you have to do the work internally. And let's see. Let's start getting those self-love lessons. Let's clap it up for the video. Go ahead and give a thumbs up, round of applause. Yay! Yay! Give me a thumbs up and a round of applause for the rawness and the authenticity and the vulnerability that I've shown over this past week, coming out with no punches held. Give me a round of applause for that. Throw up your thumbs up and your likes. Right now, we're getting ready to get into the self-love lessons. So type SLL, and I see they're starting to come in. Type SLL, and then give me the self-love lesson that you've learned from this video. I'm clapping because I like the sound of applause. That's why I have the applause in my thing, because if I don't have it there, I'm just going to be sitting here like this applauding. So let me go through some of the comments so I can get the self-love lesson from you all. Okay, so Jazzy says you're so authentic. Peer Together says compassion. Metro says I'm trying to love myself. Elle says remember to like and subscribe. Miss Global says my self-love lesson is what seemed like an existential crisis was really the start of my becoming and my evolution. I love that. I love that. Soft and Juicy says, I admire your vulnerability. Peer Together says, self-love lesson, embrace learning and discovering who I am becoming. Yes, absolutely. I believe you all are in your 20s, right? And her sister says, I am accepting of myself as I evolve and grow. Absolutely. You all are in your 20s, right? Please. Take an example from looking back on who I was in the beginning of my journey and realize that if you continue to do the work, that you will grow and you will evolve. And part of that work is asking yourself tough questions, right? So Can't Stop says, I have everything I need in my life to change the outcome for better. I will apply all of my lessons to my life. And that's in all capitals with exclamation points. Yes, absolutely. Peer Together has some hearts. Capricorn says, make sure I am always being authentic with myself. Well, I'll say to the best of your ability. Because even as you write this word, I'm sure within your life there are inconsistencies. What do we do to minimize the inconsistencies, but how do we know? Like, how do we know something is inconsistent? It takes self-reflection. It takes intellectual curiosity. It takes looking at yourself existentially. Existential means like existence. Existentially, when you look at your life, what are you coming up with, right? And then I'm going to be honest with you all. This room is not finished. The sale, oh, so as an update, the sale got delayed. This room is not finished, but I need to get back to campus and I need to do my work that I did not do this past week, and I need to do the work that I have coming up for this current week. Is me leaving this stuff here to take care of the things that are emergent with school, is that fake? Because I need to leave this stuff in order to take care of what it is that I have going before me. Does that make me fake? I don't think so, because I have some important things that I need to take care of with school. I'm thinking of my self-love lesson as I'm reading you all's. Joyce says, I am moving at my own race. Oh, and Joyce, you asked me, why not put the things in storage? Because storage is a scam where you end up paying much more than, so this stuff had been inside this room for 10 years, which means it would have been in storage for 10 years, which means, and in New York, storage is expensive. I would have been paying $200 a month for 10 years. By the time I paid all of that, I could have bought all of these new things already. I was blessed enough to be able to have a father with a house large enough that he allowed me to store my things in my old room. And so, and I didn't have to pay storage fees on that. I was blessed enough to be able to have that. And so I wouldn't do storage, and now all the stuff is gone now anyway. So throwing away those or having those things thrown away made me realize how important those things were to me, as well as how to navigate going forward in what I invest my money, etc. in. And I will invest my money only in the things that are absolutely necessary. Like I had a poverty mindset before, and so I would spend money on things that were expensive that I really didn't really need. Like I just gave away a like an iron press machine. I gave it to the Salvation Army yesterday that cost what, $600 with the stand. And it's like, I really didn't need it. I only needed it for one project, but I bought it. It took up space. I think what it is that I was doing is I was trying to make myself feel more grounded in my business. So I ended up spending all of this unnecessary money. Like if I do pursue opening TKO Skin again, I'm going to build out a factory with only the things that I absolutely need. I'm going to hire people to help me do it and do it in the right way. And I need to do some research, like on why do these oils help heal the skin so powerfully? Because you saw my belly after 1 week. And I'm like, what is going on? Like I came up with a formula that the formula was downloaded to me. Like I experimented a lot with what would produce the type of oil that wouldn't stay on the skin but would absorb as well as heal the skin. But I want to understand the research behind that. So that might be my next endeavor. We'll see. But that's something that I got from grad school. And then also, last note on that, I have been able to become the woman that I am right now by leaving this stuff in the past. By letting go of TKO Skin, it opened the door for who it is that I am now. When you say yes to something, you have to realize you're saying no to something else. Joyce says her self-love, and I'm going to give a round of applause on that. Joyce says her self-love lesson is, I am moving at my own pace or race. I'm not really sure. And then I want to see some of these self-love lessons. Joyce says, move at my own race. Okay. Danielle says, love myself is her Danielle says that's her self-love lesson. Joyce says, I'm doing the best I can at this time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Samir says, I accept my transformations through this life and I love each one. Yes. Yes. So paired together, I just want you, so they're saying that they're in their 20s. It's a set of twins called Paired Together, my girls from Canada. I hope that the people who are watching can see, just from me reading my own past words, how our mindsets can shift so much as our prefrontal cortex becomes fully matured and as we grow through life and experiences. Like I've gone through a lot over these past 19 years that I've been on YouTube. I've changed a lot. Like the past person, I don't even recognize that. I remember some things, but I don't recognize that person too much anymore. Black Butter says, I am learning to face the unhealed parts of myself and my life. Okay, okay. So I wonder how we can switch that around to being from the positive affirmative. So I am embracing healing. I am each and every day I move further and further into healing. Let's see how we can take the word unhealed out of there and kind of shift that around. All right. So Latasha says, and the price goes up every 3 months. She must be talking about storage. And that's exactly, that's what it is. They got me in on a low price, and then the price kept going up until I was at $200 a month. And I was like, wait a damn minute, because they get you in there like, oh, free first month, and then by the time, and then you can't rent a truck and all of this stuff, and you're busy a month later, and then next thing you know, you get trapped back in. And then, and Peard says, learned a lot from storage units, Lord. And you know what the thing about it is, listen, I know somebody who just recently, she's young, she's in her 20s, and she just put her stuff into storage. I tried to counsel the young person, but they think they know best, so let them go do their thing. Put your stuff in storage. I'm like, look, I told you what I know. Wealth says, thank you for sharing raw, real evolution in real time. Give yourself much grace and protect yourself. Hugs. Shantae says, I'm late. I had hiccups at work. Okay, big hugs to you, babe. Big hugs. Joyce says, why didn't you sell it on Facebook Marketplace? Because I have some stuff up on Facebook Marketplace now. And like these places are a scam because I even put some things up on OfferUp. Most of the people who contacted me were scammers, and OfferUp wanted me to get into a subscription plan to sell my stuff. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, free 3 days of this tier subscription plan. And I don't even know how much, I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. And I'm like, I'm effing tired of these people wanting a subscription for every effing thing, and then you get locked into a subscription. I'm effing tired of it. So I just don't want to do any more subscriptions. I don't. The oil, unfortunately, is not being sold. This bottle is 10 years old. Now, for my girl Elle, I may send her one of my precious prized bottles because I only found two. So Elle, I may send one to you because I love you so much and you help out so much on the channel. Give a round of applause for Elle because she does so much, and give a round of applause for Joanna, who is the second admin on the channel, right? So I may give you my second bottle, Elle, because I love you and I want your body to be healed as well. But you need to take before and after pictures for me, okay? So take before and after pictures. Um, Kinsley didn't see the text come in. What? This is why we need to get on the app, y'all. I'm meeting with the developer on Tuesday because this is crazy. The app is consistent. So let's see. Black Butterfly says, SOL, I'm learning how to navigate my unhealed areas to grow and learn more. I want us to take the word unhealed out of it. And instead of focusing on the unhealed, let's focus on the healing. Let's focus on the healed version of yourself. I'm focusing on becoming more healed. I'm focusing on, or I am healed. I'm moving towards my healed version. I want us to talk about I want us to just only speak the positive, affirmative, okay? What? Somebody says we're going to, Robot says, well, it looks like World War III is starting. We really going to Iran now? Shaking my head. I don't know if we are. I have not seen that news, but I hope not. Let's see. I need some prime time to be myself again. Shout out to you, Tonya. So Stunners, that's Stunners self-love lesson. I used to live in my storage unit. I stack my money up. Oh, wow, that's deep. They can set their price at whatever they want. All right, self-love lesson. So who's saying this? Reba says, respect my capacity and do my best. Sometimes life takes some turns for a reason, and I'm open to let go. It's time to regulate my emotions. Okay, I want us to think about that from the purely positive, affirmative. So like words like okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Robot says we bombed them and they bombed us back. Can somebody confirm this for me right now? Because here I am thinking about the future and now we're going to war to stop from the Epstein files coming out? Can somebody confirm that for me right now, please? Hey, Koja. All right, it seems like I got to the end of the self-love lesson. So let me think about my self-love lesson for today. What is my self-love lesson from today's video from the perspective of the person who went through these journeys with you all, right? My self-love lesson is I trust the process. My self-love lesson is I am open to the guiding of divine. I am open to the perfection of this moment and the everlasting moment of now. I release, my self-love lesson is I release into this present moment and I trust that I am being divinely guided. My self-love lesson is we don't use any negative words because I'm like, don't judge, but that's not what the self-love lesson is. So my self-love lesson is I trust. I trust. I trust and I trust, I allow. Relinquish is kind of a negative word, so I don't know, because I gotta think about whether or not, but I'll use another word. I allow. I allow my healing to come in as I trust the process. I allow my knowledge to come in as I trust the process. I allow guidance to come in as I trust the process. My self-love lesson is I give myself what it is that I need in this present moment to trust the process. I give myself grace for the firmer versions of myself who trusted the process. Yes, because that's what this is all about. I trusted the process in the past when I left all of this stuff here. And it led me into who it is that I have become. I trusted the process that it took to get to who it is that I became today. So hold on. Cree is saying, yes, it's become breaking news that the US and Israel has bombed Iran as of 4 hours ago, Central Standard Time. Pray for us. Because we have a mother effing buffoon in the White House. Pray for us as a country. I don't know what to say. Let me put my book away. I do have some copies of this, so hopefully when things get less busy with school, I'll be able to sell those. Okay, listen, I'm starting to feel a little dehydrated now after listening to this and talking for so long. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. It has been rough, it's been dirty, it's been messy, but it's been real. And on that note, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is self-examination and being open to what it is that you find, as well as being okay with other people's criticisms. No, because criticism is a negative word. So part of loving yourself is being okay with the feedback that you receive from others, knowing that your journey is your own, because part of loving yourself is hearing the feedback and doing the self-examination anyway. Part of loving yourself is being okay with the because I don't want to use the word discomfort. Let's see. Part of loving yourself is acknowledging the truth and feeling the truth of what it is to feel your true feelings, and be all right with that, as well as acknowledging other people's true feelings and being okay with what it is that they're feeling, because their journey is theirs and yours is yours. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Peace.